Okay, you mentioned you guys had the house in Silver Lake that was pretty much like armed and gated. Um, Daz was making money. Can you tell me, because you seem more um, business focused, where Daz may be kind of engulfed in his work and music and production, stuff like that. So I want to get your take on people saying that Death Row ripped off a lot of their artists or that they didn't take care of their artists. Seeing as how you were with Daz and you saw things start from nothing and go all the way up to where they become, can you tell me your opinion on how Death Row took care of their artists?
Death Row took care of us very well. It's never been the same. I remember you. I speak on my Burgundy Honda Accord, where that was the first car amongst us, right? Daz used to drive it, Shantae used to drive it, Snoop used to drive it when they didn't have cars. So that car got ran in the dust. And in '94, I went to Suge and I'm like, look, I need a new car because this car is ran in the dust now. It's my daughter's born now, and I need a car. He said, call me in an hour. I called him in an hour. Sharitha, Suge, they had a check for $50,000 waiting up there for me. He says, okay, come up to 10900 Wilshire Boulevard and come pick up your money to come go buy your car. So I went up there and I'm looking, I'm like, $50,000. I called my mom, I'm like, they just gave me a check for $50,000 to go buy a car. So I went up to Hollywood Mercedes. And I remember walking in there, I'm just dressed normal. And all the black salespeople are passing me by because I don't look like I have any money. They be like, oh, she's young. She's what, 20 some years old. She don't have any money. This white guy came up to me, salesperson, how can I help you? How can I make your day? I'm like, no, I'm here to make your day. That's what I'm going to do. I said, I want that car. How much is that car? He said, and it was the brand new Mercedes. It was a smaller one. I didn't get the big body one like Sharitha. I wanted to start off, but he says, "Oh, that's 50,000, such and such, whatever." I said, "Well, I want it, and I want to buy it for cash right now." His eyes widened up like cash. I'm like, "Yeah, right here." That man. First of all, the black people start coming around me like, "Why didn't you ask me to help you?" I'm like, "You passed me by. Get away." He had a whole dozen of roses on the trunk once I bought that car. I gave him $50,000 cash, drove off the lot with a whole bunch of roses in my seat. Done. I told Shook, here we go again, I need a house. My daughter needs to have a house. I'm tired of living in apartments and renting. Um, my mother's friend, who was Marcus Johnson, the old basketball player, NBA player, his wife, Jocelyn Johnson, came on board to help me find a house. And it was very important to Daz that we have a house behind gates for security because, we are death row. And she found this beautiful house in the exclusive Hathaway Hills Estates behind the guard, 24-hour guard gate, a beautiful 5, 6 bedroom house, an acre of land in the back. And when we got this house, we went to look for it. And I am the business person. Dad's allowed me to handle all the business. I went to find this house. They were asking for close to 400,000. I'm like, I'm not paying 400,000 for this house because I'm gonna have to come in and do all the landscaping. I'm gonna have to put iron gates around the house. I'm gonna have to do a lot. You need to work a deal with me. And they wouldn't work a deal with me. I said, okay, bye. And I got a call a day later. Oh, we accepted the deal. Whatever deal you offered, we accepted. I'm like, of course you did. Went to death row. I need money, Suge. Oh, here's a check for $150,000. Here's your down payment. He gave me a check, 150,000. I took it up to World Savings. Daz and I had to do all the paperwork. He let me take the lead on it, of the house because he was only there at the closing to sign. But I handled all the legalities. The house was in my name and his name. The bills were all in my name. He allowed me to. Daz knew I was a savvy business person in my early 20s. I knew how to handle business, and I negotiated the rate, negotiated everything. Homeowner association dues, taxes on the house. My mother taught me well, and I handled all that. We moved into our house. The first thing we did was hire the best landscapers and builders. Put cement around the house. Built basketball court. Built the playground. But then Suge said, "Okay, I want to." From Imani's first birthday, I'm going to build a whole playground. He was responsible for building Imani her playground on the side of the house. So Death Row took care of us well. Birthday parties. Let's talk about my baby shower. Jimmy Iovine there, Miss Chalet there, Jimmy Iovine's wife was there. Everybody came. Death Row parties because they respected Death Row. Everybody came. All right, it was Stevie Wonder. Everybody was at the baby shower. Everybody was there. First birthday parties. Everybody was there. Come on. So Death Row took care of people well. They took care of us. Furniture. I needed my whole house done. Who did I call? Suge. He sent his wife Sharita to Italy 2000. My whole house was furnished the next week. Over $150,000 worth of furniture. Oil paintings, everything. So I've never seen that happen after this. I mean, any record label, I've never heard of any new artists, old artists at that point living that. We flew first class everywhere. We all traveled together. My mom needed anything, it was always done. Daz's mom needed anything, it was always done. So I beg to differ. Death Row was very good to us.
Daz has said on a few interviews, and he kind of says this quite often, so I want to get your opinion on it. But he says that he used to beat up and body slam Suge and Reggie. What's your opinion on him stating that?
I've never personally witnessed that, and I think all those tales happened probably in the 2000s when I was, long gone off the scene. I was still around, but long gone from him. But I don't think he beat them up. I don't think it ever came to that. I don't. I think those are just, war words. They were upset at each other. I've never heard of that. He's never said that to me. I just think it was anger words. I don't think he. I don't think they ever fought. I think it was a war of words.
All right, and then in sometime in near late 1995, Snoop, Daz, and Corrupt go out to New York to shoot the New York video shoot. Biggie apparently gets on the radio, lets people know the address or the cross streets and where they're filming at the time, and their trailer is shot up. Can you tell me what Daz told you as far as what happened that night with that incident?
Yeah. Well, I was in New York. I was supposed to go with them, but Daz was like, "Nah, no girls are going." I still went. I just flew on a different plane. I got there, and I was staying at the World Trade Center, and Warren G was. I think he was there too. So we were. Warren had went, I guess, onto the video. I was on my way to the video shoot in Red Hook, Brooklyn. And by the time I got a call from Daz at that point, we out of here. They tried to kill us. They shot your radio up. I'm like, they shot my radio up. Because Daz would always travel with my little boom box. And I guess that thing got shot up. But they tried to kill us. Biggie got on the radio and told everybody we were in Red Hook, Brooklyn, filming and, to handle it. And they came up here with machine guns and the top of the trailer is all shot off. I'm like, damn. So I got to the airport. I think one of the guys, one of the Naughty by Nature people who we were friends with, I think they picked me up. But I got back to the airport and flew right back. So I never got to the video shoot, and they were in the trailer and it didn't even get kicked off. So people have to understand the New York video. It wasn't initially the buildings were initially getting kicked over until that happened. It was a homage to them at first. They were, giving love to New York. But then when they came and tried to kill everybody, it went the other way at that point. On try to kill us and kill the boy, kill them. I mean, that's a serious issue right there. You sent people down there. You told them they came down there for blood, and that wasn't good. That was not a good look.
Yep, it's interesting that the audio of Biggie on the radio has been completely disappeared from, it's never been online. It's just,
yeah, it was. We remember, we clearly remember that, Red Hook, Brooklyn, go there, that dog pound, they're shooting that video in New York. He was infuriated. I mean, hell, we came to New York, brought lowriders all the way in Times Square, had all of them bouncing all around in your hood. That was epic.